Okay, so just memorize that. And it will come out in any key too, if you're like in C sharp minor. Let's talk about double stops. I'm gonna break it down for you guys, almost like an introduction for double stops and for playing more than one note, meaning instead of playing a line, you'll play it with another note every time. Or whatever, I just kind of changed it. Basically playing more than just one note, usually 2 or 3. In order to understand this from the beginning, I am just going to talk about all the types of intervals that you can use for double stops and just go one by one and we'll examine how they sound. So the rule is, for now, is that you have to stay in one key. So the first voice of the double stop is going to be a line, I don't know. Okay, maybe that. We're in C major. And then we're gonna add notes to it. Like it could be, okay, it could be, it could be, it could be, okay. Or we can add a note in between, from below. Or your options are limited to the key that you're in, obviously, because of course you can play whatever notes you want, but some of them are going to hurt your ears. You can only do a note just above, so it's called a second, a major second or a minor second. So from C you can add D, so you can play them together. And on D you can add E. So these are seconds. This is a minor seconds because F is a half step away from E. See, this is the scale. Sorry. Played in seconds. Okay, the second, well, the next bigger intervals than that is a third. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. The third note off your first note. So the first note is C. You're gonna play E. From the D, you're gonna play F. From E, you're gonna play G, etc. But together. So it's gonna sound like this. Okay? Thirds. A major third, a minor third. A minor third, a major third. Why? Just because the nature of the C major scale itself. Okay? You're gonna have to imagine the white keys on the piano, and then you'll see how it aligns. So major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, minor. Back to the top. Okay? So, and the interval that is bigger than that will be a fourth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, in the scale, in the key. So for C, you're gonna add F. For D, 1, 2, 3, 4, you're gonna add G. Okay? And this is how it's gonna sound when you play it up the scale. Okay, once in a while it's gonna be a tritone. I can play it like this or like this. Doesn't matter. These are fourths, okay? Only one tritone in there. There it is. Okay, fourth. Now we're gonna do fifth. Just one above. 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is how it sounds when you move. In fifth. Sorry. Let's stay in one string. Yeah, strong sound. And now after the fifth, a sixth. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, the sixth. It's a very round sounding. Okay, you have a major six and a minor six. This is major, 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 minor, major, major, minor, minor. Okay. And then the last one is, well, not the last. One before the last is the seventh. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here we go. So it's the C and the B, a note that that's below, but an octave above. So great sound. And that's a major 7th, and then it's a minor 1. I like that one a lot and use it all the time. Okay, I use it all the time. So that's the 7th, and then the one after that is an octave. Same note, an octave above, which you can also use for double stops, okay? Okay, now I'm gonna do a quick improvisation on each one, starting with just the first one, which is a 2nd, okay? Okay, that's using the 2nd. Now I'm going to use the 3rds. See how that sounds, look. Okay, 3rds. They are pretty sounding for sure. If you want to sound very diatonic and smooth, 3rds, it's the way to go. And then we have 4ths, okay? So 4ths, I like using that also. This is an interval you can really easily take outside of the key. Okay, sometimes I switch to the Lydian mode just because, again, it's a really fun interval to move around chromatically and change a key, change the quality, switch from a minor to a major. So major, back to major. Okay, so the 4th is very, very useful. All right, now let's try some 5ths. That's traditionally what usually kind of came from the Hendrix language. Sounds like futuristic or something. Okay. Yeah, 5ths. And then 6th, it's kind of like a brother of the 3rds. this is like the common way of how guitar players move around the neck. So you know. Okay, well. Cool. Now moving on to 7th. So. Okay, so it helps connect. The 7th helps connect like different chords together, because you can play from the note F, you know, 7th above is an E. Okay, so you can put a note in between. Okay, diatonically you have like 4 different options. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then chromatically, so there's a lot of range in between, okay? And then octave. Really like a sound that is so strong you can emphasize a lot of melodies like this, you know? I like to combine it with everything else, okay? So all these things are a way to break it down for you to just explore one thing for a while, you know, like the thirds. Okay, so it's challenging at first, but once you know how to play it all over the neck, you have so much freedom, you know. In every key as well. You can switch to A flat, to G, B flat, D, and that's it. A little mini introduction to double stops, and always make sure to ask me questions in the comments, and appreciate you guys watching the video. So I'll see you on the next one. Later.